I congratulate all the participant learners. I also congratulate our experts from India and abroad. As you know, E-Vidya Bharati is a wonderful scheme of the Government of India where we are partnering with the African countries to take learning forward in those countries. So, dear learners, I congratulate all of you once again. Today, we have with us our Senior Regional Director, Dr. S.K. Tripathi sir, our Director RSD, Dr. E.C. Pandey sir, Director COE, Center for Online Education, Professor Madhupar ma'am. Then we have with us uh, Professor Parmita Shuklabaidya, School of Tourism Studies, Dr. Sonia Sharma, our experts, Dr. Mau Rai, Dr. Alok Ranjan Mishra. So it's a great privilege to have amongst us the luminaries of the who is who of Indian tourism studies. So it's a privilege to have all of you, Sas and ma'am, to be with you today. I request our Senior Regional Director, Dr. S.K. Tripathi sir, to formally welcome our esteemed faculty members, our directors of the centers and regional service division, and particularly our learners from across the globe. Sir, over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Dr. Nanda. Let me at the outset welcome all the newly admitted learners of various countries in our CTS OL program, BTS OL program, and DTS OL program under E-Vidya Bharati project. I am very much thankful to Director School of Tourism, Dr. Suklabadya, and all the faculty members of School of Tourism who have extended their support in providing support services to the students, academic support services to the students enrolled under these three programs. It's a unique opportunity for all of us that we all are assembled today to discuss about the programs in which the learners have enrolled, and also about the activities of the university. Due to some reason, our director COE and director RSD could not join, so we will certainly miss their presence. But they are always behind us for providing support, for smooth management of all the academic activities which are involved there in these three programs. You all know that 62 students in BTS OL, CTS OL, and DTS OL programs have been enrolled. Under 12 countries, 7 countries, students who are enrolled in BTS program belong to 7 countries: Ghana, Zambia, Nigeria, Malawi, Uganda, South Sudan, and Sierra Leone. And learners, and there is only two learners in CTS OL program from Nigeria, and there are 3 learners from DTS program. They are from Nigeria, Zambia, and Uganda. So this is the status. Actually, you see, this E-Vidya Bharati project is a project which is sponsored by Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India. And under this scheme, 2,617 students in various programs have been enrolled. And these students are belonging to 19 countries. So many programs are covered. 42 programs, 42 IGNOU programs are covered under this scheme. And IGNOU Regional Center Bhubaneswar is entrusted upon the responsibility of providing academic support in association with the concerned school sub-studies to CTS-OL, BTS-OL, DTS-OL, and BSWG-OL learners. Therefore, we decided to organize an induction meeting before the commencement of the classes. Yesterday, we had organized induction meeting for the BSWG learners, and from today, their classes are commencing. Similarly, the induction meeting for the these tourism programs are organized now, and it will be followed by the counseling classes. So that way we have planned. I'm very happy that out of 62, I see only 16 learners who have logged in, and they are participating in this program. Of course, the recording of this particular program will be made available in the LMS portal, and all the learners must have received the user ID and password of the LMS, where all pertinent informations are provided by the university about the program, about the university, and whatever information which is supposed to be shared with the learners are provided there in the LMS portal. So that way we are trying to reach out to each and every learners. You see that induction program is very important. Of course, the general induction program has already been organized, where our Honorable Vice Chancellor inducted all the newly admitted learners on 14th of January. This is the subject specific induction, where you will be provided informations pertaining to the subjects, that is CTS-OL, BTS-OL, and DTS-OL program. Before that, I would like to tell you what are the different activities which are involved, or what are the intricacies which are involved there in the program. You see, of course, these programs will be dealt with by our school faculties who are available there, and our director is also there. Professor Paramita Suklavadya Madam is there. She will be briefly talking to you about the program. But before that, I would like to tell you that induction meeting usually informs the students about the system as well as the subject. System, what kind of system? The online system, the distance education system. Because you are all online learners, or learners who are who have opted education through online mode. So all the activities will be provided to you through online mode. We have another mode of teaching and learning, that is distance mode, which is usually meant for the learners of Indian subcontinent. You see, IGNOU is a very big university. It is a university, the largest university in the world at the moment. And this university's objective is to provide cost-effective vocational, professional, and skill development programs to various sections of society. And initially, when the university was established, it was established for the people of Indian subcontinent. But gradually, it has crossed the boundary of the country, and it is now providing educational facilities to the overseas students, the students, those who are staying in different other countries. So IGNOU has set up study centers in so many Middle East countries, in many African subcontinents also there are study centers, and in some island countries also study centers are located, and students are immensely benefiting from IGNOU programs. So IGNOU is maintaining quality of all the academic programs. Therefore, more and more people are showing their interest in accepting those programs for building their career, academic career. And you see, if you look at the academic programs, the numbers are so big More than 250 academic programs you'll find in the list of programs in the academic calendar of the university. And you'll never find such a long list of programs in any university in the world. In terms of infrastructure, university has vast infrastructure. It has large number of study centers across the country and outside the country, and it is operated by schools, divisions, and of course in the regional centers and learner support centers. And all these important organs of this university are properly coordinated for providing support services to the students. You see, this university's objective is not only limited to teaching and learning. This university is a very big enterprise, so to say, and it is also concentrating on development of audio video programs, development, providing training to the professionals, development of study materials, development of so many other academic resources, MOOCs. So many activities are going on round the year, not only for expanding the network of the university, expanding the infrastructure of the university, but also to provide options to various learners of various sections. And that is precisely the reason why the number of learners are increasing more and more every year. You see, at the moment, university is catering to the needs of more than 3 million learners. Such a vast number of learners you'll never find in any other university in the world. So this university, in terms of enrollment, is the largest. And in terms of number of programs, also, I think this university has, occupied a very pivotal position. And you name any, discipline, and there is not a subject. Almost every discipline areas, you'll find one subject or the other for the benefit of the learners. So this under E-Vidya Bharati project, 42 programs are covered, and our school faculties are trying day in and day out to support the international students. And you are one of the proud learners in these tourism programs, and therefore we have organized this induction meeting specially for you. You see, by now many of you must have gone through the study materials which are available online. Because you are online learners, you must have gone through the program guide, as well as you must have gone through the study materials. The study materials are self-learning materials. What is self-learning? Self-learning is that kind of material which can be understood by the learners. If the learner reads the material, he or she will be able to understand by himself or herself. You may not need the support of the experts because they are presented in a very lucid style, in a very simple manner, systematic manner, in such a manner that the learner will be able to understand by himself or herself. So a particular technique, self-instructional technique, has been adopted, and that is adopted keeping in view the needs of the distance learner, isolated distance learners. So these materials are specially designed and they are highly useful. Special instructions, special guidance, special support services are inbuilt there in the study material, isn't it? And majority of the distance learners are finding it very convenient to pursue their studies. So these materials, you must go through, and because from today onwards we are going to start. I think you must have gone through, majority of you must have gone through. If you have not, please go through the study materials. From today onwards, immediately after the induction meeting, the counseling classes will begin. And in the counseling classes, our counselor will touch upon the important points which are presented there in the study materials, which the counselor feels difficult, isn't it? Or whatever questions you will pose there in the counseling classes, all those questions will be suitably answered by the academic counselors. So the counseling classes are student centric or student oriented. Whatever you need in the counseling classes, whatever will be the requirement pertaining to the subject in the counseling classes, the same will be explained, or same will be discussed by the academic counselors. So that way we have planned the counseling sessions. The counselors are a kind of friend, philosopher, and guide for you. He or she will not pose as a teacher in the counseling classes, because teacher concept is something different, and counseling concept or counselor concept is something different. Counselor is, or counseling is a very broad term. Teaching is a very small term. So it involves advising, it involves tutoring, it involves helping, isn't it? What not? You name anything, and that comes under the purview of counseling. And therefore, the counselors are very broad-minded, and they, try to involve each and every learner who are present there in the counseling class. And in the counseling class, everybody has got equal role to play. It is not that the counselor will take the lead role and she or he will himself or herself will go on speaking for the entire 2 hours. So every learner who knows something new which can be beneficial to others should be encouraged to speak. And therefore, you as a potential learner should also come with some new ideas, new information, new knowledge, and share with your peer group, so that the counseling class will be meaningful and it will be beneficial for everybody. So that way we are planning the counseling classes. After the counseling classes, you will be required to write your assignments. Assignments questions are already available there in the website. I think in the LMS portal also, the assignment questions must have been uploaded. So please visit IGNOU's website and please visit LMS portal, the link of which has already been given to you, and download the assignments. Assignments are nothing but a set of questions which you are supposed to answer. Okay. So these questions, how should you answer the questions? You read the study material, collect information from various other sources, and try to write the answer, uh, you know, uh, in a few pages. Okay, in a few pages. And those answers should be uploaded. Please scan it and upload it in the LMS portal. Because you're all online learners, you are supposed to upload the assignments or answers of the assignment in the LMS portal, which will be evaluated online by our academic counselors, approved academic counselors for that particular course. And the award will be sent to IGNOU headquarters for uploading of the same in your grade card. So that way you should take up the assignments. Assignments writing should be very carefully done. You should not copy from the study material. If you simply copy the matter which is available there in the study material, you are not going to benefit out of the course. So what you do is you refer the study materials, try to understand what the study material says, try to collect information from various other sources, and write the answers which will be unique, isn't it? Which will be unique. It should be different from each other. It should not be the same, because if you copy the answer from the study material, I think the answer of everybody will be the same. So that is what is not required while writing the assignments. So please be careful while writing assignments. Then you see your examination. The modality of the examination will be decided by Center for Online Education, because you are all online learners. And the BTS program is semester wise. CTS program is, of course, it is a 6 months course, and you are all the learners of July 22 batch, because the information or the data came from the Ministry of External Affairs quite late. Therefore, your session is commencing quite late, isn't it? So you need not worry, because that is the holiness of the university. Because in any case, you are going to take the June examination, coming June term and examination. So the modality will be informed to you, whether you'll be taking the examination through or in what way you will take the examination, because it is only the Center for Online Education who will be who will decide and inform to you. Otherwise, examinations are conducted two times every year, once in the month of December and the other in the month of June. So if you miss one examination, you will get another chance in the month of June. Since you are going to take the first examination in the month of June, if you, due to some reason or the other, could not appear the June examination, then you will get another examination in the month of December. So that way, you will go on appearing the examination and complete the course. I will tell you very briefly, because our subject experts are there. Madam Sonia Sharma is there, Professor Paramita Madam is there, and they will be speaking to you about the program. Uh, uh, but before that, you must understand that your counseling classes have begun, assignments have been uploaded, and you are supposed to write the assignments. Time is very short. The time given to you is 31st of March. So please, 2 months time is there. So please start writing the assignments and submit in the LMS portal, which will be evaluated. And if you complete all the requirements by March, you will be getting sufficient time. That means another 2 months time for preparation for the term and examination. All right. So please do not waste your valuable time. We are here at your disposal to help you out. Our school faculties are always there to help you out. Our Center for Online Education is also always in constant touch with all the learners under this eVidyavarti project. So please feel free to talk to us for any kind of support that you need from us. And friends, I'm very happy to say that we have created separate email IDs also for CTS, CTS21 at igno.ac.in, for BTS, BTS21 at igno.ac.in, and for DTS, DTS21 at igno.ac.in. Three email IDs have been created, and in these email ID, you can send your queries, send your mails, or anything that you want to convey to us, you can convey. Or of course, LMS portal is also there. You can also post your queries in the LMS portal, and we'll be constantly browsing, and we'll be looking at whatever queries are coming through LMS portal, and we'll try to redress all those grievances that we come across in the LMS portal. Dr. Nanda, I should stop here because our school faculties are there. There are many things to say, but it is wise not to spend more time on systemic orientation, etc. Because subject briefing is very important, and our school faculties are there. I would request our school faculties, Dr. Sarma and Dr. Professor Paramita Suklapadhyay, to kindly take over and tell the learners about the program details, the program outline, so that they will feel comfortable. And after that, the classes will begin, and Dr. Moura is very much available with us. She'll be taking the classes. So over to the school faculties.
Thank you, sir. May I now request Professor Paramita Suklabaidya and Dr. Sonia Kumar to kindly delineate the program structure, please.
Yes. Good afternoon. I'm Professor Paramita Shuklabhaidya, Director School of Tourism, and also the Program Coordinator for Certificate in Tourism Studies and Diploma in Tourism Studies. Thank you so much, R.C. Bhuvaneshwar and Dr. Tripathi, for arranging this meet. It's always a pleasure to meet students face to face. It's so good to see our students here. Being an open and distance learning, it's always a pleasure to interact with the students, especially the one who are just joining our system. So, if you permit, I would like to share a small PPT with the students. May I?
Yes, yes, madam. Yes, madam. Please.
I'm sure the PPT is visible to all of you now. So, students, first and foremost, welcome to IGNU and welcome to this open distance learning system. It will be a new way of learning, but I believe during the COVID times, at least in India, all of us have learned how to interact and learn through online teaching. So, what IGNU is giving you is what COVID has taught all the students across the world during this lockdown period when we have all the classes online in every educational institute. So you have joined our program of either certificate in tourism studies, which is also known by the acronym CTSOL, online learning, or you have joined our diploma in tourism studies, which is also known by the acronym DTSOL. Do not go by these photographs here. Although it shows that tourism is something very glamorous, it is actually a lot of hard work rather than glamour. So, what we teach you here in tourism are the various programs in the school, and through these various programs of the school, we teach you about the tourism industry, where you fit it in the tourism industry, and how you can evolve and be a better tourism professional. So, these are the few programs of the school. We have certificate in tourism studies, a 6 month program. Then we have a diploma in tourism studies, which is a 1 year program. Some of you here might be enrolled in the program BTS, which is a 3 year degree program, and it is a gradual progression. As you can see, we offer a certificate, smaller duration program. Then, after that smaller duration program, we have a longer one that is 1 year, and then bachelor's, which is a 3 year program. So, in case you have joined any of these programs, just keep in mind that after completing CTS, if you have enrolled in CTS and you want to pursue tourism further, you can always take admission in DTS and ask for a credit transfer because all of these programs are in progression. So if you have joined DTS program and once you start studying here in DTS, you realize that tourism is what you want to be, where you want to be. It's your calling. Then you can increase and get re-registered in the BTS program with an increased duration of 3 years. The school also offers other programs in tourism. We are hopeful that someday you will be joining us for a longer period of studies and for higher education. We have another graduate program which is called BA in Vocational Studies Tourism Management, acronym VAVTM. And after BTS, you can also go for Masters in Tourism and Travel Management, which is a 2 years post graduation program. It is an MS level program. And thereafter, the school also offers a PhD. There is no MPhil in IGNOU. So, in case tourism is what is your calling, you have a whole gamut of programs to choose for in future. But let's start with the smallest program or the program with the least amount of duration. The program with the least amount of duration is CTSOL. This is a 6 month program and it is a 16 credit program. As Dr. Tripathi have told you and as you have learned earlier as well, credit system refers to the amount of time that you would be investing in studying one course. So if it is 16 credit, you have two courses of 8 credit each. And each credit has a certain amount of self learning hours attached to it. So based on that, we'll say that this 8 credit course will have this number of self learning hours attached to it. So CTSOL is 16 credit program, 6 month program. DTSOL is a 1 year diploma program which is of 36 credits. And for those of you who are in BTSOL, the reason I'm not talking about BTSOL today so much is you have a program coordinator of BTSOL, Dr. Arvind Kumar Dubey, and unfortunately he is not available today, but he is looking so much forward to interacting with all of you. As teachers, we love to interact with our students, And this is a great platform of interacting with students from across the globe. So Dr. Dubey would be interacting with you sometime very soon. So after this programs of CTS and D2SL, what is the idea behind these programs? Since they are very small or very short duration programs, let's not call it small, they are short duration programs. So the basic idea is to familiarize you with the tourism industry, give you an overview of what are the aspects of tourism industry that you should know about. What are the stakeholders? Who are the stakeholders? What are the components? What are the elements? Who come together to make tourism work? This is what CTSOL and DTSOL will tell you about. It is a more of an familiarization and an overview kind of program with that kind of information. So, why do you want to learn about tourism industry more? Although you can go for a short term program like CTS or DTS and you have an overview, then you'll come to know that there are so much scope for the people who are studying tourism and allied industry. In the tourism and allied industry, you can join travel and tourism industry in the area of airlines. It can be in the ground staff, as in ticketing and handling the passengers while boarding the flight, cargo checking, baggage checking, checkout check-in, reception, ticketing. So many areas in airlines. There are cruise ships which require travel and tourism personnel. You have the travel agents who are online service providers, right? TAs, online TAs are there. Then you have travel agents and tour operators who make the packages and sell them, who offer you hotel accommodations, who book the transport for you. These are the few areas in which you can pursue your career. Other than that, you also have the lodging industry. Tourism people are also taken in the lodging industry in the area of hotels, motels, and resorts. We also have a huge area of events and students coming from tourism. We have a lot of students who have joined the events industry. Events can be manifold. It can be a business event, it can be a wedding, it can be a musical event. So many areas are there. At the same time, you also have many destination management organizations, that is DMOs. The basic idea is to develop the destination, brand the destination, sell the destination. So if you have a tourism background, then only these organizations will allow you to work with them, since you come with certain knowledge of the tourism. And yes, let's not forget the areas of restaurant and recreation, any of the game parks, natural reserves, and you need guides, you need safari guides, you need wildlife knowledges, you need the trackers. So all these recreational areas in the Disney World kind of a thing, there also you need tourism people. So there areas are vast, and with DTS and CTS we will at least let you know what are the areas that are available to you, what are the areas in where you can go and work, how big is the tourism industry, and when we consider tourism and allied industry, how big is the industry. So CTS and DTS will hopefully give you certain ideas about this industry. Now let's just compare these two these two programs based on their eligibility and duration. See, in the case of eligibility, both CTS and DTS ask for your eligibility at the entry point of 10 plus 2. That is the system that we follow in Indian education system. There's a 10 plus 2 of school education that we are talking of. So it's 10 plus 2 of school education or equivalent from your country. It will be acceptable as it will be decided by the E-Bharti group cell in Bhubaneswar. Dr. Tripathi has taken care of it. In the case of DTSOL as well, the eligibility criteria is 10 plus 2 or equivalent. In IGNU, when we do a certain course or we do a certain program, we have a two durations that are given to the student. One is the minimum and one is the maximum. So when you register for a program, CTSOL and DTSOL are two different programs. So when you register for a program, the program has a certain minimum period. Like in the case of CTSOL, the minimum period that you have to spend is 6 months, and the maximum that will be allowed to you under one registration period is 2 years. Why do we give you 2 years? We believe that many of you are struggling with your job and doing the studies, and due to health reasons, not able to get leave during the exams, or some other professional commitments, you are not able to take the exams on time. So, we give you a minimum time period that is of 6 months, and there is a maximum duration of 2 years. So, if you have registered in this program of CTSOL, you need to complete the whole program with assignments and term and examination within 2 years of time. In the case of DTSOL, again, the equivalency I told you, 10 plus 2 are equivalent for the eligibility. The duration in the case of DTSOL is minimum 1 year. If you have taken the admission in DTSOL, you will be given 1 year to complete your program. If you are not able to complete the program in 1 year due to whatever reasons, personal or professional commitments, you will be given 3 years to complete the program. It is for one registration. If you are not able to complete the program even within 3 years, then you will have to take a fresh admission. But I'm pretty sure none of you will require that. The program is not that tough, the courses are not that tough. It will be a good, fun filled ride for both of us. The fee structure, you are well aware of it. We have three fee structures, and it has been already been communicated to you. The beauty of IGNOU that I really like is we do not have any maximum or minimum age bar for taking admissions in any of our program. You will be surprised to know that in tourism, we have a PhD scholar who is 70 plus in his age. So we have persons, a student who have just passed out of school and joined the certificate program at the age of 18. And at the same time, the School of Tourism also has a PhD scholar who is 70 plus. So in IGNOU, the age is not a bar. Whenever the call of learning gets to you, join any one of our programs. So there is no minimum or maximum age for any of these programs. The medium of instruction for both CTSOL and DTSOL will be English. That will be a common language that will be communicated to all of you. As you are already aware, this will be a better language to communicate with all of you. Okay, now it seems my screen is for some reason stuck and I'm not able to get out of it. Just a moment. Yes, one of the problems of digitalization. Just a moment. I wanted to share the details of. Yes, please. Yes, now let's talk about the program specific and the courses that you will be having. As I've told you, certificates is the shortest duration program we have with us, and it has got the minimum number of courses. Number one, or the first course that we offer in certificate is TS-01, Foundation Course in Tourism. As the name suggests, it gives you a basic idea of the program, of the industry, tourism industry. It's a foundation course in tourism. So it also tells you who are the stakeholders, what are the components, how can you take tourism forward, the marketing process, just the basic foundation of the whole tourism industry. It is covered in TS-01. Dr. Sonia Sharma, she is the course coordinator of TS-01, and your first session today will be of TS-01, first session of academic counseling. It will be of TS-01, and Dr. Sharma is also here, Dr. Sonia Sharma. She will give you an overview of this course, and also your academic session will start. The second course that we have is Tourism Development, Products, Operations, and Case Study. This is a course which tells you how tourism resources are available to us and we have to convert them into products. How do we talk about it? Having a monument of great importance in one of the places does not make it a tourism product. It is just a tourism resource. We have to add so many other things to that resource to make it acceptable and popular among the tourists. The whole process is product development. So tourism development here talks about tourism product development, how they are offered to the tourist, and it is supplemented by a few case studies. At this point of time, the case studies are all related to India, but I'm sure that during your counseling sessions, the academic counselors will also take up some case studies from your country so that it is more relatable to you. So the credit here is 8 plus 8, and it will be a total 16 credit program. As I had told you earlier, it is a progression. CTS leads to DTS, right? So DTS program is of 36 credits, a 1 year program. Here, instead of 2 courses, we have 4 courses. Just the double the duration, 6 months to 1 year, double the number of courses. Instead of 2 courses, you have 4 courses. So the 2 additional courses are management in tourism. When we speak of management in tourism, it refers to what are the management principles that exist, how they can be implemented in tourism, how they are operationally viable. All these aspects of management are discussed in TS3. TS4, again, it has been done from the perspective of India and the culture from the perspective of tourism. So, how Indian culture can be offered as a tourism product, it discusses a lot about Indian culture. At the same time, your academic counselors will take up some relevant case studies from your country to make it more and relatable to you. These 2 courses are again 8 credits each. When I say 8 credits, so it means that you have total 4 courses of 8 credits. That makes this 32 credits plus a small project of 4 credits. This project on tourism, it can be from any area of tourism. It can be on any theme on tourism. So, but mind it, it cannot be a broad theme. Okay, the broad theme, when I talk about broad theme, it can be domestic tourism and needs of domestic tourism. No, that is a very broad theme. You have to make it a little smaller, specific, like tourist requirement for lodging in domestic tourism, something like that. But it is too early to speak about project. We will have another session somewhere down the line in which I will talk about project, how projects can be prepared, and how we can take it forward with your academic counselors. But remember, the project is there only in the case of diploma. Certificate students do not have to submit any project. Just a moment. So, who are the see? Usually, people are confused about projects. Just keep it in mind. The academic counselors are your project supervisors. They will guide you, help you, show the path you need to take to prepare a project and submit it, so that you can pass with flying colors. uh, all the academic counselors, the counselors who will be taking your classes, they are all recognized project supervisors of the school. At the same time, in case you do not want to submit a project with an academic counselor and coordinating with the academic counselor over internet, then you can go for one of the teachers in the field of tourism or allied discipline from any of the recognized universities of your country. With their guidance, you can prepare the project and submit it. But while you submit it, do not forget to add the CV, curriculum vitae of your supervisor, so that we can cross check whether the supervisor actually belongs to that university or not, and if the subject is allied or not. So that's a reason. In case you do not want to have a supervisor from India, you can always have a supervisor from your country from the field of academics. In case you are not able to find anybody in the university, you can also go to any of these managers in travel and tourism industry, or any of the managers in a hotel or related enterprise who has 5 years experience as a manager. Since you are a graduate, the manager need you will be going for a diploma program, so the manager needs to be at least a graduate. So you can always find somebody from the industry to be your supervisor. I would request Dr. Tripathi to conduct another program, or face-to-face program with the DTSOL students in future, wherein we will discuss the project proposal and the project preparation in detail. This is just to give you an overview of the program, so that you are not worried about how the things needs to be done in future. So, as you have a project, you also have a process of evaluation. How else we will know that you have studied and you have got all the information? The evaluation process in IGNOU has 2 parts. One is a continuous evaluation through assignment. As Dr. Tripathi was just discussing with you, the assignments have been uploaded. You need to study and write the assignments on your own. Copying text from the books are going to leave you in dearth of knowledge. In case you are in the process of learning something and you just do not want to go through the books for the sake of it, then prepare original answers. I'm sure you will find some original answers for your own, of your own. Add them in the continuous evaluation through assignment. Submit the assignments for evaluation as and when the e-Vidyabharati cell tells you on the link, wherever they give you the link. So that is one part of it. The second evaluation method part is that of term and examination. That will be an examination at the end of the program, after 6 months, after 1 year, in which you take exams for all the courses you have studied. In the case of CTS, you will appear for two question papers, that is two courses. In the case of DTSOL, you will appear for four courses. So there is a weightage, that is from the assignments, we will take 30% weightage, and from your final examination, we will take 70% weightage. So keep it in mind, both the assignment as well as term and examination carry value. So do not overlook one of them, any one of them. Further, if you do not submit your assignments, you will not be able to submit your examination form or get the hall ticket for giving the exams. The exams hall tickets are given only when you submit the assignments. So be very particular about this process. Other than that, this is the contact number of the program coordinator here in IGNO headquarters. That would be me. Yeah, I happen to be both the program coordinator of CTSOL and DTSOL, as well as the director of the school. So you have any problems, particularly related to the program material, the study material, any problems with understanding the academic counselors, or any such problems along the way, drop me a mail and I'll definitely look into it. Even if it is from the BTSOL and you send it to the director, I will look into it. So, any queries that you have, just drop us a mail. Other than that, you already have a designated email ID which only caters to the e-Vidya Bharati students, available with the RC Bhubaneswar. If you send an email to them, they will also reply to your mail. In case they are not able to sort out the problem, they will forward it to us and we'll look into it. So it is always better to go through RC Bhubaneswar. At times they might have the answers which we will not be able to provide. Easy solution. They have a whole cell looking after it. But for any other academic query, drop me a mail. I wish you all the best, and if anybody has any questions, I'm open to it. Thank you, students.
Thank you, ma'am. We have discussed the broad outline of the program in a very detailed manner, and I am quite hopeful that our students have gained a lot from the discussion, and I am also optimistic that they will use it to the optimum to pursue their program of study, and their journey with IGNO, journey of learning will be smooth. So now the house is open for discussion. Learners, you can ask the questions one by one. Please pause if someone else is asking the question. So let us maintain the decorum and go one by one. Thank you. So there are no questions.
Any student would like to ask me anything, or Dr. Sonia, we are here. Well, that's very kind of you. I wish you all the very best. And
Thank you, madam. Thank you so much for your presence today in this open platform. So all the learners were eagerly waiting for the faculties to come and speak. So since both of you are there, it added to the flavor. So we are very much thankful to all of
but
you. Uh,
So I'll take your leave now. I
Thank
have
you
another
so much.
meeting.
Thank you so much, madam. Now you can go, and I know
Best
that
of
you
luck.
are awfully busy. You know,
It's okay. It's always a pleasure to meet the students.
thank you.
I wish you all the very best. Dr. Sonia, over to you.
Thank you. Now I would request Sonia madam to speak a few words if she wants to speak.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Tripathi. Just a second. Yeah, I'm really grateful to Dr. Tripathi, Senior Regional Director of Regional Center Bhubaneswar, for organizing this induction meeting. And I know you all are working from so many days, like in creating the links and coordinating with each and every faculty member. And when faculty members are not available, coordinating with the local counselors and organizing this whole counseling sessions for our African students. So I'm really grateful to our regional center Bhubaneswar, especially our regional director, sir. So thank you so much. And I give warm welcome to all our learners from different African countries. On behalf of School of Tourism and Hospitality Services Management, I give you warm welcome. And I'm really glad to see the faces of different students, because in IGNO, being a distance learning university, we hardly get the opportunity to meet our students. And further, this what do you say, this CTS, like Professor Parmita Shukla, our director of the school, she just explained each and everything about like CTS program, that is certificate, then diploma program, that is like 1 year diploma program. Then we have BTS program, that is bachelor's in tourism studies, that is full-fledged bachelor degree program of 3 years. So I've seen many students have enrolled in different programs. Some are in CTS, some are in GTS, and some students are also enrolled in BTS program. And Dr. Tripathi, you have already given the background, like about the importance of the assignment, timely submission of the assignment, then the term of examinations, and each and everything you have already explained to the students. So without taking much time, I will just give a brief information about the two courses. Like, I'm the course coordinator for TS-01. TS-01 is a foundation course in tourism. So this course is of 8 credits, and it has 9 blocks. Blocks means these are the small booklets. Like instead of having this one book, we have divided into small booklets, you can say. That's why we say blocks. So each block has 4 to 5 units will be there. So this TS-01 book has 9 blocks. Okay, and there are 35 units in total. So these are the 35 units. And this foundation course in tourism is basically this, you can see, it will create your foundation. It will give you basic idea about the tourism concepts, what is the tourism, who is the tourist. So as you all are enrolled in the tourism program, so you should have a basic ideas about the basic terms, like who is a tourist, what is tourism destination, what is the definition of tourism. So all these small basic things you will get an idea in this TS-01 course. And for TS-01, our counselor, Dr. Morai, she will be taking the counseling classes. And I'm sure like students will definitely get benefit out of it. She's really competent counselor. So she will take all the counseling sessions for the TS-01. Similarly, we have another course that is TS-3. As I just told you, I'm the course coordinator for the 2 courses. So I'm just explaining about these 2 courses. Maybe some other day, my other colleagues, other faculty members, they will explain about their respective courses. So TS-3 is the other course that I am also going to take few counseling sessions, and that we are going to start from, I think, 28th of February. That will be my first counseling class. So again, on 28th, I will meet my students. I will interact with all of you. So we will have our counseling session of TS-3. And TS-3, again, that course is Management in Tourism, TS-3. And it is, again, 8 credit course, and it has 8 blocks. So that Management in Tourism is basically give you basic idea about the management concepts, management functions, then what is this corporate forms in tourism and management issues and all. So that we will discuss in my counseling session. Okay, so these are the 2 courses which I'm responsible. I'm the course coordinator. So I wish all my students to get benefit of these counseling sessions. And I know our regional center, this Bhubaneswar, they are always there to help the students, because you are the basic idea behind organizing these counseling sessions, coordinating the students, coordinating the faculty members, and then our Center for Online Education, COE. So that will give you information from time to time, like already deadlines are there. Like sir just explained, this assignment submission date is the 31st is the last date. So I request all the students to please adhere the deadlines. For example, if you are enrolled for the CTS program, that program is of 6 months, and a 6 months duration program, go for the minimum duration only. If due to any reason you are not able to do it on time, then you can go for the maximum duration also. But it's always better to complete the things within the time period. And whatever sir said, like assignment, if it is a 31st March is the last date, try to submit before the last date. And then you are eligible for the government examination. And examination will be in the month of June. So when that examination will come, so obviously you appear in the examination also, prepare properly. We still have a lot of time, like February started, we are in the first week of February. And for June, definitely we have 3-4 months there in our hands. And further, these counseling sessions, don't expect it's a normal classroom teaching. Dr. Tripathi has already explained, whenever in counseling sessions, we expect our students to go through the study material, to read whatever e-material is there with you, and come with the questions, whatever queries you have, come to the class with prepared. Because in counseling session, it's not like a normal classroom teaching where you will explain to each and everything. So we expect our learners, they will go through the material in advance, and with few questions, few discussions which they want, few concepts which they are not able to understand. So come with that, so that in the class, we will just focus on a few important things. So that's it. We have explained each and everything. So this is what about my 2 courses. And as we have already shared the email IDs, and you have this specific email IDs for like this online students. So CTS have separate email IDs, similarly DTS has, then BTS has email IDs. So whenever you have any query, you can send us a mail, and then LMS platform is there. You can also put your queries in over that platform, and we all are there to help our students, and we're really delighted. We're really happy to forward these online programs, and we want maximum students that come and interact in the class. Few those who are not able to join whatever reason, but I always expect my maximum students to join the class so that you all get benefit out of it. So with these words, I will just end my discussion here. All my best. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for your precious inputs and for your kind, inspiring words. Our students are really fortunate that you are here to share your views, and we have gained a lot from your inputs. So I take this opportunity to thank Honorable Prime Minister of India, the Ministry of External Affairs of India, and all the heads of states of 21 African countries for this Indo-African learning fraternity, for this Indo-African journey of learning. They have made it possible because of their strong wishes, because of their strong bonding with each other. So I thank the leadership of all the countries involved in this. I thank Professor Nageswar Rao, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Indira Gandhi National Open University, for this wonderful initiative. I thank Director RST, IGNO. I thank Director COE. I thank Director School of SOTHSM and faculty members of School of SOTHSM, and Dr. Sonia Sharma in particular, who has shared her views with all of us. I thank all our academic counselors, experts who are present here. From the core of my heart, I thank our senior director, Dr. S.K. Tripathi sir, who has always been an inspiring force for making this possible. He has been virtually coordinating with everybody in this program. So special thanks to him. I thank my colleagues, Dr. S.K. Panigrahi and P.K. Jena, for their kind support in this regard. And I also thank our colleagues, Mr. Hemant Mishra, who has helped us a lot. Last but not the least, I thank the cream of this program, our dearest learners. Thank you, my dearest learners. I congratulate all of you for being part of this learning process, for being part of this learning bonding. And I wish you all the best, that you successfully complete this program. Not only you successfully complete this program, you keep continuing your bonding with India in future also. So thank you all, and congratulations to all of you once again. With this, we end this program, and I request our senior regional director sir to declare this program closed, and after that we will go for the counseling session. Sir, over to you.
Yeah, the program is not
Just a
closed
second.
because this is a part of the program. Our counseling sessions will begin. Madam Moura is already available here, and all the learners are requested to be online because from today onwards, every day from 3 to 5 p.m. Indian Standard Time, you will be having counseling sessions, barring your Saturday and Sunday. So in all working days, the sessions will be there, and these sessions are meant for you. We wanted to, provide, necessary academic input with which you can proceed very satisfactorily in your studies. Madam, you wanted to speak something? I think, yes, please.
Yeah, actually, two students have raised the hands. I think they have few questions. So let us
Yes, sir.
ask them. I can see two hands are raised. So
Kabiru and Saifullah C.
yeah, they have.
Please ask one by one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I have some questions to post, sir.
Kabiru, please go ahead.
Can you please speak a little louder?
Yeah.
Okay. Hello, can you hear me?
Mr. Kabiru Bello, can you please speak a little louder? We are not able to hear you.
Okay, please. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Hello.
Please come on. Come online.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello, bro. Hello.
Please speak. Please speak. We are listening to you. Please speak. Please unmute yourself. Please unmute and speak.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I would like to say thank you for providing this kind of education online. And I would like to just say thank you to the government of India and you for making all these things happen. And this counseling great idea. Especially Dr. Sonia, who I enjoyed her, I can say, presentations on my dashboard. I have some questions with me here concerning the learning, I can say, process. So the first thing I heard from the doctor that's just provide her own presentation, she discussed on the symbiosis, the TS-01, the tourism studies. Because I'm pursuing my distance, BTS, BA, BT, so I'm just a degree student. So the question I'm going to ask here is about those assignments that were posted on our dashboard. So can a student write an exam without attempting to those questions? The assignment questions. That's my first question. And is there any form that a student can fill out so that before writing the exams? And also, I can say, is there a possible way for a student to change his course? The course of study. So I can say as well, from here in Nigeria, there are some students that already have their own diploma in some courses. So is it possible for the IGNU in general to offer that student a degree program so that a direct entry from using his I can say this result he has here in Nigeria? I don't know if that is possible. And as I heard, the exams is scheduled to take place on the month of June. So what is the nature of the exam? The nature of the exam, is it AI proctored exam or something like that? Thank you.
May I respond, madam?
Yeah, please.
Yes, Mr. Kabiru Bello, this is for your information that assignments are already available there in the portal, university's website. What you do is, please download the assignments and write the answers of the assignments, scan them and upload them in the LMS portal. So this is what you need to do at this point of time. Regarding change of course, you see, you have to contact, because you are all sponsored candidates by Ministry of External Affairs. I think it is not possible at the moment, but at the I would advise you to kindly contact Directors Center for Online Education, COE. We we are not in a position to tell you whether the change of course in your case is permissible or not permissible, but certainly you can send your query to Director COE IGNOU Medangadi, New Delhi. In the LMS portal you can write, no problem, and you will get the answer. And regarding examination, you see, I told you in my presentation that the modality of the examination will be decided by Center for Online Education. In other case, you see, normally in the the question papers are there in the examinations, and students are appearing the examination in the examination centers. But since you are all online students, how you will take the examination will be decided by COE, whether it will be proctored examination or it will be examination which will be conducted in in a different situation. It will be decided, because yesterday Professor Madhu Parhar told the students that very shortly they are coming out with a decision which will be communicated to all the students, which is pertaining to the examination. So you'll get to know about it very shortly, how you are going to take the examination. But certainly the examination will be in the month of June. All right. So Mr. Hamza Ahmad, you have raised your hand. If you have any query, please.
Yes, sir, there is a question. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you, depending on the time and where you are from. First of all, I would like to thank the IGNO, the presenters. My question is that regarding the assignment, are we to submit a written assignment or type 1? That's the question. That means after downloading the assignment and did. So are we to submit the written one, the handwritten one, the one we have written with our hands, or we are to type it and submit?
You see, the assignments are supposed to be handwritten. Since you are all online learners who are enrolled online or for online programs, yesterday madam said that you can submit the typed assignment also. There is no problem for you. So if you are interested, you can type out the answer and upload the answer in the LMS portal. The other way is that you write the answer, handwritten answer, scan it and upload it in the LMS portal. So either way you can do. And assignment questions are available in the in the IGNOU's university's website. And I think the assignment questions are available in LMS portal also. Please check. If the questions are available in LMS portal, you download. If it is not there, certainly it will be there in the university's website. Okay. So download the assignment question, write the answer, and upload that in LMS. Thank you. So now it is time for Madam Mourai to take over and start the counseling class. Madam Mourai, are you there?
Yes, sir, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
So before you take over, I would request all the learners to uh, listen to Madam. Madam is a pretty senior counselor in tourism program, and she has been counseling students since last so many years. And she was chosen by the university to take TS-01, your first paper of tourism. And you are really fortunate that she is very much available today, and she will be talking to you on TS-1, that is Foundation Course in Tourism. So please listen to her. In case of any doubt, any difficulty, do not hesitate to ask. Please ask questions and she will be there to respond to it. So I think, Sonia Madam, I think we should hand over the...
Yeah, I will take. Yeah, thank you so much. So now Dr. Mo can continue. Thank you.
Sir,
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you
thanks
so
a
much.
lot, and thank you to Professor, Dr. Tripathi, S.K. Tripathi, Regional Director, Bhubaneswar, Dr. B.C. Nanda from IGNO, and Director of CU, Professor Madhu Parar in absence here, and my School of Tourism and Hospitality Services Management, Dr. Paramita, as well as Sonia Madam. I'm always very grateful to them to be a part of this e-Vidya Bharati project, which is under the Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India, facilitated by IGNO. So, I look forward to, dear my students, I look forward to a healthy learning on this platform for this foundation course in tourism. And of course, I also look forward to a healthy academic relationship, to build a healthy academic relationship with the Indo-African fraternity. And of course, sir has already, Dr. Tripathi sir, Dr. Paramita madam, Dr. Sonia madam, they had already, gave a very explained very elaborately, like the programs that is being offered by IGNO, the tourism, the contents, the examinations, procedures, how your assignments have to be uploaded on this LMS portal, then an overview and scope of tourism. So that was really to be appreciated, made my work for easier, less. So in fact, I would like to say sorry because, initially my video was working, but suddenly it stopped. But I do have a presentation that I would like to share with you and make this learning process go forward. And once again, I'm very thankful to the IGNO fraternity for giving me this opportunity. And yes, I would like to add on this, like, I have been a student of IGNO for a very long time. I did my graduation, my degree, my master's in tourism management as well as management, and then it was followed by my PhD in tourism. So I'm really, it's really gives me an immense pleasure to be interacting with you today. Is it audible to you, all of you? Am I audible to you?
Yes,
Okay,
yes, ma.
okay,
It is audible. We
okay,
can hear you.
okay. Thank you so much. I do have a presentation for you. We will, so just be there, huh? Is it visible? No, I
No,
don't
it's not
think so.
No,
visible. It
Wait,
is
wait.
only
Just,
showing
it is
just a
not
minute.
visible.
visible.
Yeah, just to be there, huh? I don't know. Some issues took place. My video was working, then suddenly it went off. So,
You can send me so that I will upload. I will just present it.
okay, sir. Okay, I'll just, okay, just let me try once. If not, I'll just send it to you, sir. One sec. Sir, it's better. I'll send it to you, right? Just give me 2 minutes time. Sir, it is rcbhubaneswar@igno.ac.in, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Yes, I have sent it. I don't know why it's happening like this. It shouldn't happen, but sir, I think I can share now. Is it visible?
No.
Wait.
Yes, it is visible now.
Okay, fine. So is it fine? Can I go ahead? Hello. Yeah.
Please go ahead. Please
Yes.
go ahead. It
Okay.
is clear.
Okay. So today I'm really sorry for the video being, not working, but tomorrow I'll ensure that it works. So once again, I welcome all of you to this e-learning program of this foundation e-Bharti Vidya Bharti project, and we are on a e-learning platform, and the program is about foundation course in tourism TS-01. A brief view, like what exactly, like we have around 35 units, and time is of course very short. As sir has already mentioned, the time that is being given to us is from Monday to Friday, and next Monday to Friday, and it's from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. So we need to cover around 35 units. So I just have 8 days on my hand. Just an overview, like this are the units we'll be covering. One is understanding of tourism, then historical evolution and development, how tourism has evolved and through the years, then how tourism system, what it is all about, then constituents of tourism industry as well as tourism organization. Then we do have some tourism regulations, so something about the modes of transport, about tourism accommodation, as Parumita madam was already in, she was explaining, different tourist types of tourism, modes of transport that will be covering in all these units. Plus there are different, products, tourism products and services. Then after completion of this course, if you want to do some, you wanted to be an entrepreneur, you can go for opening your own travel agent, you can be a tour operator, you can be a guide. So lots of contents are there which we'll be learning. So there are something like tourism marketing, how we need to promote a tourism destination, like whether it's through advertising, publicity, selling, and through social media handles. Then what is the role of media writing for tourism? Then it's about something about the monuments and museum. Whenever we talk about tourism, it just keeps on going. So it's all about that. So tourism policy and planning, then the local bodies, officials, then the stakeholders that are involved. So, and the economic impact that it's having on the tourism impact on the destination, on the global, on the countries, the positive impact as well as the negative impact, as well as threats and obstacles in tourism, the opportunities. So there's a lot to learn in this 35 units. So what I have decided, every day we'll be covering about 3 to 4 units. So in the next 8 days, we'll be able to cover up. Okay. So is it okay with you all? Please do respond when I am saying, Like I just wanted to say about myself. I teach tourism. Plus, I also teach hospitality. Like my main subject is like I'm a hotel management graduate. So my students, after completion of their degree, they usually work for the hotels, and I also look forward that this course has, it should not be only from my side, but you all should also wanted to share something. You are most welcome, right? So as I was telling, like when we think of tourism, many things come to our mind, like cool hill stations, then snow-clad mountains, then sunny beaches, wildlife safari. You all are from Africa, Africa is known for its wildlife safaris, the long scenic drives. At the same time, we do, we there's always a feeling like enjoyment, pleasure, excitement. Then packaging bags, carrying documents, your passport, visa. Of course, now you need to carry your COVID certificates also. Then the credit cards, then cash. Then you have so many things in mind, like shopping. What would you like to do? How would you like to spend the money? And the list goes on. So this all, all is, everything is revolving around tourism. Now, so what I mean to say, that we all know that tourism is a global phenomenon. But yes, at the same time, it's a very structured break from your routine life. Okay. So right now you are listening to my classes, then of course you'll try to explore something new, something, because when you are a student of this program, I understand you have some interest, some fascination towards tourism. That is the reason why you are here to be a part of IGNO. So, this, the word tourism, like the word tourist, tour is being derived from a Latin word, tornare, 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 which means a circle. And a suffix is being added to it, that is ISM. ISM basically means the procedure, the process. So, you start from a place, that is, you start from a circle, you just go around and then come back to the destination. So, it implies that moving away from normal place of work, maybe a short term or maybe a long term visit to other places, can be for pleasure, can be for holidays, can be for business purposes. So long, the list goes on. And in the process, as I said, you like suffix ism is added, which means, the process. In the process, many services are being involved, many products as well as the services. Services in the sense, transportation is there, accommodation is there, food is there. Then, for example, some products are tangible and some are intangible. Tangible in the sense, like, sometimes you need to, I can just tell you, how is South Africa? How is Africa? You come from Ghana, you come from Nigeria, you come from Mauritius. So, it's a beautiful destination. You just have to you have to just express your feelings, but neither can you touch it, nor can you feel that. You can only feel the experience. So that is how products are known as tangible as well as intangible. Of course, I'll go, slide by slide, then it would be easier for you. So, as I told you, you need to gather new experiences, like, which gives you greater interest, curiosity. You come to know about different culture, different lifestyles, see people with different culture, and hear other languages speaking. And thus you can say it's a significant phenomenon which is contributing significantly to the economy of any country. Now, what is tourism all about? As I was explaining you, a large portion of the population engages in going on a holiday to places chosen for the anticipation for intense pleasure. So, sometimes I'm staying in a place, it's in India, and it's a place in it's in the eastern part of the country, Bhubaneswar. Bhubaneswar is known for its temples, beaches. I mean, it has a temple as well as a beach, beautiful beach. But on the other side, some of you all may be belonging to Mauritius, some of you all may be belonging to Ethiopia, which is known for its wildlife sanctuary and all. So everybody wants to have a feeling of that. So that is what tourism is all about. You have different views, you have different requirements, you have the pattern of consumption changes from time to time depending upon their class, gender, and age. Of course, this tourism, tour is involved, tourist is involved. The term tourist and tourism, they were first used as an official terms in 1937 by the League of Nations, which I'll be explaining to you. But before we are going to what it is the concept, when we talk about tourism, it is a very generic term. We know tourism is all about activity. There are some prerequisites of tourism at the same time, like disposable income is there. Unless and until you have money to spend, why should you go to a beautiful destination? So there's a lot of disposable income. Time is there, leisure time is there. Of course, tourism infrastructure is there, which attracts you. The transport, the accommodation, everything is being involved. But many people as well as many organizations have defined tourism in different ways over the years. So some of the common, definitions, like I'll just tell you just two or three definitions. But before that, to be a part of this, learning this tourism, about the views of tourism, its contents, we should know what is, how to define tourism, how to define a tourism, and how the tourism emerges. What are the characteristics of tourism products? The products can be the infrastructure, the products can be the restaurants, the products can be the rooms, the products can be the destinations. Okay, so what are the type of destinations, and identify the attractions, and explain what is a tour all about. So this unit 1 and 2, I'll try to cover unit 1 and 2 today. So we'll be defining like what is tourism all about, its products, and so on. So as I said, different authors have different explained tourism in different manners over the years. So there is someone like Hunziker and Kraft. They actually founded the Association International the Experts of Scientific the Tourism in order to reconnect tourism researchers. That was in the year 1962. They co-founded the Institute International. Okay, so to them, tourism is the sum of phenomena and relationships that is arising from travel and stay of non-residents, insofar as it do not lead to permanent residence and it is not connected to any earning activity. Now, there's also like, this is like, I just wanted to tell you about that United Nations. In my previous slide, I think I have mentioned here, like what does United Nations World Tourism Organization say about tourism? Tourism comprises the activities of persons traveling to and staying in places outside their usual environment for not more than one consecutive year. That can be for leisure, for business, and other purposes. And the usual environment of a person consists of a certain area around his or her place of residence, plus all other places he or she frequently visits. So that is the term that is being explained by UNWTO. I have also told you about Hunizar and Kraft. There is also the League of Nations. The League of Nations is, basically it is a tourism society. This tourism society is where individuals from across tourism, they come together, and that can be online and offline. And it's a platform for discussion, debate, to share views, their knowledge, and to network. Because in today's world, we all believe in connect and collaborate. Why you are here? To learn. Why I'm here? To explain share my experiences. So we need to connect and collaborate. So League of Nations said that tourism covers the social activity of those who travel for a period of 24 hours or more in a country other than the one a person usually lives in. Then there was a Rome conference on tourism that was in 1963. The things that were discussed, they said that tourism as a visit to a country other than one's own or where one usually resides and works, for the following reasons. That can be for leisure, that can be a family trip, that can be business, that can be a mission, that can be conferences, that can be conclaves, meetings, and so on. Okay. So this is the Tourism Society of Britain. I told you 1976. I've already explained. Like, it is a professional membership organization that represents all of tourism across all disciplines, geography, and career stages. So Tourism Society of Britain said, like, it is a temporary short-term movement of people to destinations outside the places where they normally live and work, and their activities during their stay at these destinations, including day visits and excursions. So, all above definitions indicate that tourism has expanded in its range and scope. Even like since you all are students of tourism, you can always become members of different tourism organizations where the representatives can be like there are, you'll find tour operators, you'll find hotel managers, you'll find marketing executives, tourist attractions guides, then trade media consultants, then students from different education institutes. They are members of this tourism organizations. You can always join the society. There's LinkedIn networking. Then there's something called society think tank, where if you wanted to become a entrepreneur, you wanted some ideas, so you can join this, and you can get lot of informations where discussions and meetings are being taken place on tourism. And of course, you can also subscribe, you can you can easily receive regular e-newsletters on your emails. So there's a lot of networking opportunities. Now, slowly we'll come to our main topic, like movement of tourists. Like tourists are basically, two types. You can say one is the international tourist and the other is the domestic tourist. Now, international tourists are those which are, traveling from one destination to another country. Like, I'm from India, I go to Mauritius. Okay. So that's an international tourism. And domestic tourism, someone like a city in Nigeria, that is Benin city, he goes to another city at Calabar, another destination of Nigeria. So that is a domestic tourism. Now, international tourism is like, inbound. It is further divided into two groups. One is the inbound tourism and the other is the outbound tourism. Inbound tourism usually refers to tourists entering a country. As I told you, international tourism, when you are from Ghana and you are entering India, so you are at inbound tourism. First, you are entering into a country. But when I am from India and going to a different country, that is leaving my country and moving to another, so I am an outbound tourist. So these inbound and outbound tourists especially comes under international tourism. Now coming to the tourism products and services, this is a very important, very interesting, you can say, as well as very important in the tourism market, because tourism, when we talk about tourism products, they are basically a combination of goods as well as services that is being demanded by a tourist during the travel to and stay at a destination. For example, you are also a student. Okay, you also do have demand that the services that is being provided to you. So similarly, when you go to a destination, you stay in a hotel, you go to a restaurant, so lots of services are there. So, and this services, like there's a according to Philip Kotler, when we talk about product, a product is anything that can be offered to a market for attention, for use, for acquisition, then consumption, and ultimately it should satisfy a want or a need. Is it clear with you all? Am I going too fast, or is it okay with you all? Students? Is it fine with you all? Am I going okay, or is it clear to you?
Yes, ma.
Yes,
It's
it
okay. It's clear.
Okay,
You are
okay,
not going too
okay.
far.
Thank you. Okay. So, as I was telling about Philip Kotler, he's known as the management guru. So, to him, product is something that can be offered to a market for attention, acquisition, consumption, and ultimately it must satisfy the want or the need of the customers. So, these products will fulfill or satisfy the tourists, that is, the consumers coming for leisure, pleasure, or business needs, and at places other than own places of residence are basically known as tourism products. So the product in tourism industry is the complete experience, you can say, of the tourist, right from the time the tourist leaves his home till the time he returns. So in the tourism industry, the basic raw material that has been used in the formulation of a tourism product is the country's natural beauty. You know, its climate, its history, its culture, its people, its cuisine, and so on. And there are other essential features which are existing, like infrastructure, like which is very essential for the stay to be comfortable, and that includes the the mode of transportation, the accommodation, the services, the facilities, etc., that is being provided. So thus we can understand that tourism product is the sum total of a country's tourist attractions. It also includes the transport systems, the hospitality, the entertainment, the infrastructure, which is being offered to the tourists. And if it is well designed, well planned, well, being very systematic, then of course it will result in tourist satisfaction. So, as I told you, it can either be tangible or intangible. So, intangible, when we talk about intangible product, there are commodities that can be seen, touched, or tasted. Example, you are flying from Delhi to Ghana, okay, or Ethiopia, okay. So, you get a comfortable seat in an aircraft. So, that is a tangible product because you can see it, you can touch it, okay. But what do you mean by intangible product? These are the tourism services that cannot be tasted, but you can only experience it. For example, a package to Mauritius. Y'all, maybe you had been to Mauritius for 4 nights, 5 days, and then I ask you, how was your visit? How was your holiday at Mauritius? So what you will say? It was wonderful. We enjoyed a lot. You cannot uh, you cannot show it to me, but yes, you can let me know through your experiences. So that is what is intangible product is all about. Okay. So tourism product includes all services or experience that are being offered to the tourist in the destination they are visiting. Okay. So that can be restaurants, that can be fishing trips, that can be hunting excursions, then tours, then you have sightseeing trips, you have museums, you have monuments, you have cultural centers, you have arts, you have crafts museum, and you experience an indigenous cultural experience. So that is all about tourism products and services. Now, coming to the moving forward to the next slide, we have tourism impact areas. You are a tourist, you're going to the destination. And when we talk about the destination, you have the economy, you have the environment, you have the people, there's the culture involvement, as well as the local practices. So when it's about economy, because tourism contributes to the economic growth of this country, and especially there are countries like Mauritius, Malaysia, Indonesia, Singapore, their economies are primarily driven by tourism. I have a small question to y'all. Can you tell me which is the country in the Africa which is having the maximum tourist visit? Can any of you all tell me? Maximum tourist come. Yes.
To me, it's Morocco.
Yes, very good. Okay, so that's so this is what I wanted to share with you. I can also tell something about my country. I don't know much about your country, but yes, from you all I can know. I can share. So this is a platform where we need to share, our ideas, thoughts, learning from each other. Okay, so that was very nice, So so these are the few countries. Their economies are primarily driven by tourism. So, like especially the employment generation, foreign exchange earning, infrastructure development. So, tours can be within national boundaries or in any place of the world. And of course, it includes, the natural beauty, the geographical features like the coastline, the islands like Seychelles you have in Africa, then you have mountains, health resorts, countryside, etc. And this tour periods, they depend on holidaying periods. Sometimes it can be for a day excursion, sometimes it can be a business trip for 2 or 3 days, sometimes it can be a weekend tour, that is the Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And there are a lot of dimensions which has an impact: the prices, the attractions, the activities that is being involved, then the destinations, then that can be a package tour, that can be an individual tour, that can be special interest tours. What are special interest tours? That will come slowly. Okay, so this is how this tourist impact areas. We do have, like, the positive impacts and negative impacts, but that is in a different unit, so I don't want to go further, not much into details in today's class. Now, tourist destinations. Okay, this is also very important. Tourism is very important. Like, if you keep on exploring, you'll just keep on exploring like this. So tourist destinations is both a site as well as an event. And the two factors of the attractions, one can be event attractions. You're going to the World Cup cricket match, then you have going to a dance festival. I just wanted to say, recently in India, in Bhubaneswar, the place I belong to, that's in Orissa, it's a state, and the city I belong to is Bhubaneswar. And the recently the World Cup hockey was being organized in Orissa, that's in Bhubaneswar. Yes, as well as in Rourkela. So, this time we had so many countries participating, foreign delegates, they had visited India. So, similarly, yes, anything you wanted to say? Anything, Yusuf? Do you want to say anything? Do you want to? Okay, you can just mute your yes. Then we do have like site attractions also, like Taj Mahal at Agra in India. It is one of the seven wonders of the world. So people visit there because it's one of the wonders of the world. Similarly, people all over the world, they also visit at the Kruger National Park at Africa. Then the beaches of Goa, which is located in India. Then the beaches of Mauritius, which Mauritius is famous for. So this image of the destination plays a very vital, very significant role in attracting tourists towards the destinations. And this image is not built overnight, but over a long period of time. Now, there are 5 A's of tourism. These are the 5 A's of tourism. When we talk about tourism, this is what comes, because a tourism destination is a geographical unit which the tourist visits and where he stays. So, the success of any tourist destination depends upon this following factors. These are the attractions. This is the accessibility. Attractions can be a natural beauty, some scenic views, flora, fauna of that particular area. then the accessibility, then you have the accessibility, how you reach the destination, whether through airlines or whether through roadways or whether through road or water, I mean through ships. Then you have the accommodation, the types of accommodation available. There are 5-star hotels, there are cottages, there are heritage properties, there are resort hotels, there are floaters, so innumerable things. Okay, then you come to the amenities, that is the facilities that are being provided, because all the tourist destination has to be provided with the amenities. Unless and until the amenities are being provided, tourists won't visit that places. So in amenities you have tourist information center, you have proper drinking water, local transport system, then you need to have ATM machines, that is automated teller machines, then proper garbage and sewage disposal system, because it's always been observed that tourists visiting a destination, they are not aware how to keep the area clean, so these all systems has to be there, like medical facilities as well as garbage and sewage disposal system. Like tourists need to be sensitized about all this informations, about all these facilities that is being offered to the destinations. And last but not the least, you do have activities. There are a lot of activities that is being provided, like skiing is there, parasailing is there, then you have cruise also there. So lot of activities. So these are the 5 A's of tourism which make the tourism destination a successful one. Coming to the tourism forms and types, I was just going through some website, to me, I just knew there may be different types of tourism, like adventure tourism, then your medical tourism, there heritage tourism, there's a rural tourism, so different types of tourism. But I was astonished to see, like presently there are 63 types of tourism that is existing in the world. Whether it's a dark tourism, whether it's a space tourism, whether it's a garden tourism, whether it's a gastronomy tourism, whether it's a spiritual tourism. 63 types of tourism. Can you imagine? So there's lot. Every other day it's evolving, So when you talk about tourism, we know that tourism has become an essential part of our life, because it not only refreshes our mind, but at the same time it reduces the stress. Okay, and it is also one of the fast growing industry which makes a significant contribution to the world's GDP. So in recent years the tourism infrastructure has developed to a great extent. So exploring different parts of the world has become quite easy. Okay, now technology is also plays a very important role. I cannot go to Africa and teach you all. Okay, I cannot go to Ghana, Nigeria, to Mauritius, to Seychelles, to Morocco, to Egypt to teach you all. But today, with the help of this technology, we are on the platform, we can share our ideas, views, all with the help of technology. So anyway, we'll come to that. So this, like, we usually go to different destinations to to taking rest from the everyday life, escaping from everyday reality. We wanted to spend quality time with the friends, with the relatives, with the peer group. Then we wanted to understand the culture that has been associated with a particular destination, the education. I just wanted to share with you, I am associated with an university at Bhubaneswar known as Shiksha O Anushandan University. 19 countries of Africa continent, students are studying in this university. So there is, medical is there, paramedical is there, management is there, then your pharmacy is there. But sorry, alas, there's no one from tourism, I'm in the faculty of hospitality and tourism, but I understand, after taking your classes, you can always share with your friends, and so you can also come and be a part of a university. Okay, so that was just I was sharing with you. So as I told you, you have the freedom to enjoy yourself. Then you can visit spas, saunas, warm beaches for sunbath. The Mediterranean magic of Cape Town, well known with its gorgeous coastline. Then there are special interest tourism, where you can fulfill your own interest in the different fields. Then there's an adventure, wildlife tourism, which Africa is known for. Then there's the convention tourism, where you mix leisure with work to enjoy in the general. Like, you are a corporate, you work for a corporate, okay? You are corporate executive. So maybe you go to a destination. Nowadays, whenever you want to launch a new product, or you want to have some meetings with belonging to a company, and in the company is being there all over the world. So they suppose have a meeting at a different destination. So what they do in the daytime, they have their concern, people from different companies, they give their presentations, and then it is followed by gala lunch, gala dinner, and then visit to the different destinations in and around that particular place. So that is basically a convention tourism, where you mix leisure with your work to enjoy in a general area. Okay, now here comes the different types of tourism. As I told you, I have mention just mentioned a few, like types of tourism, like adventure tourism, medical tourism, ecotourism, where you connect with the nature. Those who love natures, they can connect with the flora, fauna, natural beauty of that particular area. Then religious tourism is there, business tourism is there, cultural, you wanted to know about the cultural tourism. Then there's something called the special interest tourism. Then there's the cruise tourism, spiritual tourism, heritage tourism. Then VFR. VFR is visiting friends and relatives. Then there comes the wildlife tourism, leisure tourism, sports tourism. The place I belong to, like Bhubaneswar of India, it has become a sports city, sports tourism. Like, then there's the wellness tourism, educational tourism, and, lots of, I just named a few, but I told you there are 63 types of tourism presently existing. Eventually they are evolving. And I understand within another few years, more types of tourism will be coming, evolving. So coming, future trends, as I know, there are some destinations like Kenya, Ethiopia, Uganda, Seychelles. They have been able to carve a space in this niche tourism market through various cultures, ecotourism, and luxury tourism products. Okay, so when we come about future trends, basically the earlier the United Nations, they promoted tourism because of its economic benefits, and those can be transfer of wealth from rich to poor was possible to overcome regional imbalances, and of course to provide employment to people with less educational qualifications and skills, and to boost the economic growth with earning from tourism, foreign exchange. And I just wanted to share also here, the successful countries in tourism are thriving due to a variety of factors. And countries from where you come, like Morocco, Tunisia, they benefit from the beautiful beaches and their relative proximity to Europe. So, tourism in Egypt is based on the rich history of ancient Egypt. We know Egypt is known for its pyramids, it's known for its artifacts and breathtaking Red Sea beaches. So South Africa and Kenya benefit a lot from the wildlife safari expeditions, attracting tourists to see the wildlife of Africa. So these are the future trends. Plus, some newest but something also comes to my mind, like, there's something called carrying capacity. When we talk about tourism carrying capacity, Like according to the World Tourism Organization, tourism carrying capacity can be defined like it is a maximum number of people that may visit a tourist destination at the same time without causing much distraction to the physical, economic, socio-cultural environment and an unacceptable decrease in the quality of visitor satisfaction. Why do we visit a destination? We visit a destination for satisfying ourselves. So you have to ensure, like when it's the question comes on carrying capacity, we should be able to see that it is being sustained. It is the natural beauty of the particular destination is not being destroyed by the footfall of the tourist. So we should always keep in mind it's the environment, because they are very positive. Fulfill the targets, you are being told you are eligible to visit that particular destination. So we have educational tourists. Suppose, as I told you, we something have a think tank. Think tank, if you want to be an entrepreneur, so you students, like students, then academicians, they can become a part of think tank, and they can propose their um, uh, you know propose their uh, if they wanted to come up with a new project, propose their project, and if it is being funded or sanctioned by the organizations, then you can run that. So that also involves, like educational tourists are involved in there. Then something incentive tourists are there. Then health or medical tourists is also there, where people go to different, they go to Himalayas for meditation, for a change, for health tourism and all. So this is what is classified under business and professional tourists. Then comes leisure and holiday tourists. You have adventure tourists, you have cultural tourists, international jazz, for example, international jazz festival in Cape Town. Then you have eco tourists, example, going to visiting Bonita Gardens in Bloemfontein in South Africa. You have the leisure tourists, you have religious tourists, you have shopping tourists, then you have SIT, special interest tourists. For example, you wanted to attend a book fair. Attending a book fair at the Cape Town, you wanted to attend a literary festival, you go to a particular destination. Then there's a sports and recreation tourist, example like Wimbledon tennis championship, you wanted to visit that particular. So that implies the tourist sports and recreation tourism, and the tourists who are visiting those places, they are known as sports and recreation tourists. Then visiting friends and relatives. So we go to different to places, not content to remain in one place or complex, and thus prefer to stay at different places every night. So it's not only like, you have some tourists, they, as I told you, some are solo travelers, those are the tourists who move with camera and are interested to learn more about the people, the monuments, the cultures, the places, the countries. So you should have a well planned itinerary is much essential for such tourists, as they are willing to move more often. And of course, you need to see that destinations should have good transport facilities, good accommodations, infrastructure. These are very essential to satisfy the tourist. Now, these are all being something I just wanted to say about special interest tourists. Now, special interest tourists, they come with a particular destination, and they does not remain the same to their, because they have a need to cater tourists with special. So that can be towards art, that can be towards education. Suppose you wanted to make a shooting, you wanted to learn something about the culture of India. We find many tourists who they don't want to visit the cities of the country, they wanted to see the countrysides of the, they wanted to see the villages of the country. So they wanted to know the culture, they wanted to learn about the music of that particular country, they wanted to learn about the monuments, its architecture, then the wildlife, and so on. So these are known as special, these all together known as special interest tourism. And the tourists who are visiting those places, they are known as a special interest tourist. So this tourist usually visits this museums, then folk art centers, then something interior, cultivated relationships with the nature they wanted to visit. They also read books and collected other sorts of information, collect artifacts, the archives, they get all these informations from. So, but of course, we need to see at the same time, this tourists help in protecting the environment by participating in cleaning beaches. As I have told you, if the destination is not able to accommodate the tourists, like, usually after the COVID, it was, during the COVID time, the tourism industry was badly hit. But soon, when everything opened up, you could see the tourist destinations were fully, they were crowded, they became crowded because, but those destinations, there were so much footfalls that the destinations were not able to accommodate. So this spoils the natural beauty of the particular destination. So what you have to keep in mind that you need to protect the environment, you have to participate in different community services, that you need to sensitize the local community, the the stakeholders. So you have to sustain the tourism. That type of tourism is known as sustainable tourism. They also special interest tourists. They also help in designing new tourism products, and such tourists are engaged in voyages of discovery. They wanted to discover new places. As I've also mentioned earlier, youngsters like you all, you just go for a solo trip and you come with a new discovery, maybe some monuments which you haven't learnt in the books, which you haven't seen in the Google, you haven't explored. But yes, you can have a feeling of that, you can take photos of that, you can prepare a reel of that, and then you can upload on your social media handle. When others see this, they also wanted to visit that place. So that is how you promote a destination. So special interest tourists, they also promote destinations. So tourism has been widely benefited from the special interest tourists. And in recent times, it has also been noticed that special interest tourism is becoming stereotype. As I told everything is, when you are going on a we are all moving on a very tourism industry itself is moving in a very fast pace, but at times it's becoming stereotype. We learned about 20 types of tourism, but just few days ago, when I was exploring the trying to search something from Google, I was seeing there are 63 types of tourism existing. So you can see every other day something is new evolving. So we should always, when we are a part of tourism, there's so much to learn about tourism. There's so many things to learn about tourism. We should always have we should always try to something find new about tourism. As Mad Sir has explained, like we do have some assignments and all, and Madam has also told you, we have some assignments. So we don't want, the units that has been provided to you, you just go through those units, because IGNOU has designed that unit in a very beautiful manner, not only a very beautiful systematic manner, but in a very, any, person can understand, So it's a very, the way it is being designed, that really needs to be appreciated. But at the same time, you try to study it, you try to do some research on your work, you try to analyze something, and you should write something on your new, so that while evaluating the answer scripts, we also know that the interest of the students lies in tourism. We can also come to know something. It's you wanted to share some pictures, you wanted to share some it should be a pictorial, so we come to know about this. But yes, slowly and slowly, because as I told you, we have 35 units to go about, and in each unit we'll be learning something new. So there is something called alternative tourism also. So tourists who would try to or like to do things differently, they are called alternative tourists. And of course, there are positive impacts as well as negative impacts on also. They try to, this type of alternative tourists, they try to move with the local friends so they can understand about the political, social, and religious traditions. Okay. Now, there are some other determinants, which really reflects on tourism. So that is the psychological, socio-political, economic, and time. Psychological means, as I told, something relaxation. You wanted to go to an environment and for some break, for a break or medical needs. Then you have socio-political. This is the tourism for the purpose of rejuvenation, for treatment of overworked employees. Then you get the paid holiday facilities. These fall under this socio-political. Economic, disposable income is there. People want to spend their time, wanted to spend their money. So what they do, they go to a destination. They spend money on there. They do skiing in the mountains. They take a sun bath on the beaches. Then they visit some theme parks like, Disney park, or they wanted to take a cruise. Okay. So time is not a constant, money is not a constant. But yes, there are within this economic determinant, tax policies, discounts, foreign exchange regulations, special offers. This all helps in tourism activities. And this is not the last but the list, time has a great impact on tourism demand. There are two things, which is very important. One is the demand and is the supply. If I see the demand is there, the supply has to be there. It has to be on balance. That is what it generates yield. So increase of holiday, more than one has increased travel in many destinations. People travel more in summer vacations rather than in winter vacations in our country. But yes, summer vacations, it's not only we are visiting in India, we are visiting to other top destinations of the world. Okay, now this is some interesting facts about Africa. Just go through this. Just give me 2 minutes break. I'll just come and I'll ask you, 1 minute. All of you are there?
Yes, all the students are very much there.
Okay, so all this time I was just going on saying and saying. So something I just wanted to know about, some interesting facts about Africa, which you all should answer. The answers should be from you. So can you tell me what is the longest river in the world that's in Africa? The longest river in the world. All this time I was saying, so now I want answers from you all. Yes? It's in Africa, the longest river in the world. Yes, my dear learners? Kabiru? Caesar? Any idea?
It's River Nile.
Yes, very good. It's River Nile. Okay. See, I want the answers from you all. Okay, before I conclude this session, I want all the answers from you. So, can you tell me the number of languages that is spoken in Africa? How many languages? An approximate.
260. Approximately
It's
260.
yes, yes. It says like there are about more than 1,000 languages that is being spoken in Africa.
Yes.
Okay. Coming to the next one. This is the oldest human remains were found in Dash and were approximately 2 lakhs years old. What is this? The oldest human remains were found in dash and were approximately 2000 years old. Yes, it's a country, Homo sapiens were found. Yes, tell me. It's Ethiopia, right? It's the oldest human remains were found in Ethiopia and were approximately 2 lakhs years old. Okay. Now this is a desert, and I think everybody know this is the desert in Africa, which is roughly the size of the United States. Yes. What is the name of the desert? It's the
It is Sahara Desert.
Very good. It is the Sahara Desert. Okay. It's the Sahara Desert. Okay. Good, good. Can you tell me Africa is the, dash continent on Earth? It is the dash largest continent on Earth. I mean, you can say it is the.
It is the third largest.
I think it's the second largest continent, and it is also the hottest continent on Earth. Okay. Okay. Can you tell me the largest country in Africa as well as the largest city?
It's Nigeria.
I think it's maybe Sudan. We can always do some searches. The largest country in Africa and the largest city, Nigeria. Okay, okay. Acha. And what is the largest city?
Lagos in Nigeria.
Okay, okay, good. Okay, the world's largest land animal is found here. That's the African elephant, it's found here. Even the world's largest reptile is found here. Can you tell me the world's largest reptile? The world's largest reptile is the Nile crocodile, that's in Africa, that's been found in Africa. Okay. Second last question. Dash percentage of the Earth's bird species live in Africa. 25% of the Earth's bird species live in Africa. And yes, this is very interesting question. This is for all of you. Africa's average population is the dash amongst all continents. Africa's average population is the dash amongst all continents. It's you, that's the youngest, So Africa's average population is the youngest among all continents. So, there's a global data, there's a research who does research. They forecast that Morocco is the most popular destination in Africa. And that's the most visited tourism destinations in Africa. And after Morocco comes Egypt, then South Africa, then Tunisia and Zimbabwe. So that was some interesting facts that I wanted to hear from you all. And of course, you should, this is, Africa is known as the cradle of humankind. This is the only continent with fossil evidence of human beings, that's Homo sapiens and their ancestors through each key stage of their evolution. So I believe, that was the last slide. This is, like we all can conclude, we can summarize in this manner. Like though people travel for different reasons, but understanding them, their views, the contents, this will help tourism profession in serving them better. So today we learned all about what is tourism, how would you define tourism, what are the characteristics of tourism, what are the motivators of tourism, then different types of tourism, different forms of tourism, why people travel, what are the reasons for the growth of tourism, and what are the motivational factors for tourism, why there's a demand for tourism, whether we are able to contribute to that demand, whether the supply is there, we learn in other units. And of course, we also learn about tourism products and services. Okay, so that was all from my side. I hope I didn't, make you bored for the last 1.5 hour. Yes, do you have any questions, or do you think that you need more clarifications? Like today, sir, was it okay?
Yeah,
Like
actually, the
was
presentation was excellent. I was
Hmm.
keenly listening to the presentation of Dr. Mourai. As such, tourism is a very interesting subject. Anybody would love to listen different new facts, new information, new ideas pertaining to tourism. So it was very interesting. So now it is up to the students to put forth their views, and if there is any doubt, they can ask.
Yes, and I always believe, IGNO has given me so much, and I understand the students who are on this platform. There's a lot to learn, especially the experts like, Tripathi sir, who is the regional director of Bhubneshwar, other faculties, as well as if you go through the study materials, you can always download the study materials. You go through the study materials, there's a lot to know. At the same time, I would always request you should go different websites. As you all are students of tourism, you should also try to become members of different organizations. And once you become members of organizations, it's not necessarily that you attend the meetings, because time is always a main constraint. But if you subscribe for them, you keep on receiving newsletters, what's happening in different continents, different countries, and from there itself, you will acquire knowledge. Because as I say, it's a vast, so many things to cover. I tried my best. Today was the first class of mine, and of course I'm very privileged because this is a foreign international students. And I also hope, like, you'll also share many things from your countries, and this is a learning platform. And I hope you I mean, something I could contribute to you. So anything, or we should
So,
I mean,
Mr. Hamza, you have
hmm,
raised hand. If you have any
yes,
question, please ask.
yes,
Yes, sir, there is a
Hamza, please.
question. First of all, I have to thank Ma because I, in particular, I really enjoyed this presentation. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the discussion. My question is that in the introductory part of the
Hmm,
class, Madam said tourism involves leaving a normal place of living to somewhere.
hmm.
So does that mean that any trouble we take in our life, any trouble we do in our life can be regarded as a tourism?
See, like, suppose I go to Mauritius and start a business, okay? So I cannot be called a tourist. But yes, if I visit Mauritius for holidaying purpose or to learn something, that can exceed within a day, that can exceed within a few weeks, that can exceed within a month, or maybe for a year. For this purpose, then I am being called a tourist. But yes, if I go there and start running my restaurant or start opening a hotel, then I can call be a tourist. I hope I was able to answer your question.
Yes, ma'am. But there is second question. I don't want to dominate the discussion, that's why. But I have a second question.
Right.
Okay.
Yes,
The
yes.
second is
Please go ahead.
about the second one is about inbound and outbound tourism. I didn't get it very well.
Okay, okay. This is you wanted to know what is inbound tourism, what is outbound tourism. See,
Yes, ma'am.
I am visiting a particular, I'll just go to that slide. So just wanted to make you one more time. 1 second. One sec. See, this is like, when we talk about international tourism, suppose I'm from India, okay? I go to Kenya. So, I go to Mauritius. So, this is revolving around international tourism. So, I am an international tourist, okay? I need visa, I need passport, I need travel documents, I need foreign exchange currency. So, these all are all the services, products are been involved. So this type of tourism is known as international tourism. But there is something, but this is further divided into inbound tourism and outbound tourism. For example, like international tourism is further divided into inbound tourism and outbound tourism. Now, inbound tourist is when the tourist of outside origin enters a particular country. Okay, it is called inbound tourism. So, suppose I am an Indian and I go to Mauritius. Okay, so that is known as outbound tourism. But suppose I am in Mauritius and like how should I define you when like people travel outside their native country to another country, then it is called inbound tourism. I am staying in India, you are coming from Africa, so that is an inbound tourism. But when I am in India and I'm going to Africa, that is an outbound tourism. Okay, is it clear to you? So when if I'll just tell in a few lines, inbound tourism when a people travel outside their host country or native country to another country, then it is called inbound tourism for that country, but for that particular country where he or she is traveling. For example, when a tourist from Nepal origin travels to Japan, then it is an inbound tourism for Japan, foreign tourists, because the person is coming from Nepal to Japan, so it is an inbound tourist for Japan. But similarly, when the same person is, when a tourist from Nepal travels to Japan, then it is an outbound tourist for Nepal. So when I am traveling from India to Mauritius, for Mauritius, it is an inbound tourism, but from India it is an outbound tourism. Clear? Or still I mean there is some lacunae. Was I able to clear your doubt, Hamza?
Yes, ma. Yes, ma. I understand.
It is your assumption, somebody is coming to
I
me,
understand.
that means it's an inbound. When you are going to some other places, you are an outbound tourist. When someone is coming within my country, he is an inbound tourist. And if
Okay,
he's from the
okay.
if he's from the same region, then it is known as domestic tourism. But if it is from a
Yes,
different
I
region,
understand.
then it is an international tourism.
Yes, I understand that.
Any further questions?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Yes, tell me.
Thank you, ma'am. We really
Okay.
enjoyed it.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, all my learners.
So
Okay.
thank you
Ma,
very much.
it's about the
Thank you very
question.
much for your patient listening, and thank you, ma'am, also, because for more than 2 hours, he spoke on various issues pertaining to tourism. So tomorrow, block two will be dealt with by Professor Maurai. So you all are requested to please go through the study material, block two of
Sir,
today. Yes.
today I covered almost one as well as two. And tomorrow, like, I can just give type of revision, then three, four, five,
All right, all
So,
right, all right. So please come prepared so that the interaction will be meaningful.
yes, yes, I want that interaction has to be there because, me speaking for a lengthy time, 1.5 hours, sometimes at a time you become bored. So something fruitful, something interesting should also pop up from your side also, right?
Exactly, exactly. This is what our counseling session means. it is not that our counselor will only speak to you. You should also speak to all of us. The new things pertaining to the subject, if you have any, please feel free to put forth so that others will come to know about it. Okay, because you are the master of your region. You know your region. You know the tourism potentials of different important places where which are around you. So all these things you must tell others. We should also learn from you. It is learning from each other's experiences.
Right, sir. Right.
It is not that we'll only give. We'll also take many things from you, information, knowledge, anything new which is very much available there in Africa. You must share with us. So let us learn together for a better learning society, isn't it? So please come prepared tomorrow. It is already, in Indian time, it is 5:52, going to be 6 p.m. And for a long time, you have participated, the session. So thank you very much. Thank you, madam. So let us
Thank you, sir.
call it a day. And tomorrow we are meeting at the same time, 3 p.m. Indian Standard Time. So please tell your friends also, those who are known to you. So please tell them also to join, so that the learning will be
More effective
more
and
effective.
interactive.
Yes, yes. Thank you.
And sir, today my video, I don't know, initially it was working. I thought, maybe because of the antivirus, something is stopping, but tomorrow I'll ensure that, the video is on. Today I was not able to open.
No,
I
video
took
video
the,
was absolutely all right. So
uh,
initially for 1 or 2 minutes, some problem happened. Otherwise, when you projected your video in the screen, it was running excellently well. So there was no issue absolutely.
okay.
So it is
Thank you,
good.
sir.
So thank you, madam.
So,
Thank you.
thank you, sir. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you.
Okay, I
Thank you,
really,
everybody.
really,
Thank you.
thank
Have
you.
a nice day.
Have a good day.
Yeah, it is evening. So in Africa, I think it is still a day. So please enjoy the day and come tomorrow. Prepared. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, all of you. Wish you a wonderful day ahead. And if you have any questions, you can come prepared, right? And at the same time, you can always share your tourist places with me, some tips, that is always expected from you people, right? Okay, have a good day.